Well. Who do we have here? If you're listening to this, you're listening to Cam, the three putt CEO. Pitchmark Collective, we're back. It's been a while. I'm riding solo on this one. Um, it's the Players Championship week. Golf season's picking back up around most of the country, and we're excited. We've got a lot to talk about today. A lot. Because we missed so much. It's been months since we last recorded. It's been forever. But are we back? You've seen the title. Are we back? Question mark. Maybe, possibly, maybe not. We'll see. Uh, but the Players Championship is a big week. Is it a major week? That's the debate. Be interested to know your guys' thoughts. Major week. Should it be a major? The fifth major talk track. Is that a thing? Personally, I've kind of moved on from it. Why not just go and push the Players as its separate ginormous tournament rather than try to make it a fifth major? I don't think there's actual things happening in the background to make it a fifth major, right? But that's the talk. It is a big tournament. It's one of the biggest for the Players. It's probably got the strongest field in golf, professional golf, year over year. And then it's played at an iconic golf course at TPC Sawgrass, the stadium course. Yeah, it's a great week. We're recording this on Tuesday, March 10th. The last episode we recorded, I believe, was the 2025 U.S. Open recap episode. A lot's happened since then. We've had the Internet Invitational. We've had 4,000 other golf tournaments. Live Golf, Anthony Kim winning this essentially the signature Live Golf event at Adelaide. I don't know if you guys watched that. I don't know. But that was some of the most electric stuff I've ever seen sports wise, given his story, given, who was at the top of the leaderboard, who he chased down, and how he did it. Dude, that back nine, when he was just fairway, green, birdie putt. The fist pumps coming out of that dude, you could just tell, man. You could just tell he's been working hard. It's a great comeback story. I'd love for him to continue his success. That was one of the best things I've watched in the last 12 months, sporting event-wise. Probably in the last 5 years. Just an incredible comeback story. Congratulations to Anthony Kim. We've had an interesting start. Well, let me backtrack. We have the Internet Invitational. Not professional golf by any means, but a big YouTube golf tournament that personally I was locked into as a viewer from start to finish. I couldn't wait for each episode to come out. It was 3.5, 4-hour episodes. And you had a lot of drama. You had some characters, some of the people I just all right, we can move on from this person. Not my cup of tea. A lot of, a few of them I've never even heard of until the Internet Invitational. Spoiler alert, if you don't know, it comes down to Francis Ellis, Beef from Barstool, and Brad Dahlke as the winning team. They all split $1 million. R.I.P. Beef. He seemed like a real great guy. Unexpected health event shortly after that was released. It was a great YouTube golf event at one of the best places you could have a golf event in Big Cedar Lodge, Paynes Valley. One thing just kind of sticking out to me was there's a couple cheating scandals from the same team. Frankie Borelli, Paige Spiranek, and Melosi Golf. The final video started out with Francis Ellis not giving the other team a putt. It was Francis, Brad, Beef versus Frankie, Paige, and Melosi. And Paige went so far, mind you, Brad Dahlke has played in the Masters. I believe he's played in a couple U.S. Opens. Played collegiate golf at OU. Probably a national championship if I'm remembering correctly. Paige Spiranek had the gall to say yes because she didn't get a gimme putt which it's $1 million. Why? If I'm playing for $1 million in any capacity, you're putting everything. Anyways, Francis was like, no, that's not good. I think it was like a 3-foot slider, playing it outside the hole. Why would you give it? And she made the comment of something about not playing competitive golf. You can tell they've never played competitive golf. Like, Paige, do you understand Brad Dahlke is on the other team? I know Paige was an aspiring pro, whatever. Then, fast forward, she's sitting in the middle of fescue, stomping down, moving tall grass to improve their lie, talking about nobody's played competitive golf, and then she's in tears. Who didn't see that coming from a mile away? I don't know, man. She's in tears because she get called out for improving their lie on, I believe, is like the 5th hole, that par 5. Great hole, by the way. Great hole. One of my favorites at Paynes Valley. She ends up in tears, getting called out. Francis, Brad, Beef won the hole, so there's like no ill will there, right? Like, hey, maybe you didn't cheat on purpose. We won the hole either way. Moving on, right? Then more drama from the same team, which actually started like day one with Malossi Golf and his handy dandy rangefinder. He's using slope. I've watched it, seen the video evidence. He cheated. He was cheating the entire time. Little backstory. First day, he's like taking the slope, right? They hadn't declared no slope. He's taking the yardage, has slope on. It comes down to the horn, a few groups teed off. Hey, we're not doing slope. Dave Portnoy has no idea what that means. He probably still doesn't know what it means. Anyways, he makes a decision, no slope. Everybody agrees, turns off the slope on their stuff. But Malossi Golf, sitting there, he takes it on the final day, he takes a yardage. Somebody calls him out. I forget who. Maybe it might have been his own guy, Bubby. But he's just so suspect. Gets called out for it, walks directly over to his golf cart, sits there like there's not 37 GoPros pointed at him, grabs it, hits that little button. His thumb is right on the button. I've never pushed that button on my GoPro or my rangefinder in the 3 years I've had it. Never have I even put my thumb on it, to grab it. He pushes it. He has, like, you're guilty. You're guilty. That it should have been game over there. But does that content, if they call it good, like Malossi, you're cheating, you just gave this win to the other team, that content doesn't pay off as much as if they continue down the next 7, 8, 9 holes, whatever hole they are on. He gets up on the green with Dave Portnoy, hand up to God, he was cheating. There's no way he wasn't. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? He's been on podcasts talking about how it looks suspect. Like, no shit, Malossi. You were cheating. Anyways, we'll wrap up the internet invitational talk here. As Frankie Borelli is standing over that chip on 18, another really cool hole at Paynes Valley. He's got a wedge. They're a shot behind because his drive sucked. He needed to hit a good shot. I don't think you can take putter there being a shot behind. Like, it's kind of like all or nothing. You got to get it close or it's over. And he just does what he does, man. I don't know if anybody else listens to Foreplay knows the story, but his nickname in the Foreplay world, the Barca world, is Frankie Butterknives Borelli. And boy, does that butter knife show its ugly face at the worst time. The absolute worst time. Awful. Blades it, hits it over. You can't hit it over the green. You can't blade the chip because there's water all around it. There's like a Bass Pro boat sitting right off the green in the water. Frankie almost puts a hole in it, sinks it with this chip. Just awful. Awful. Zero pressure. Or too much pressure. He can't hack it. Overall, good YouTube golf. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Might go back and watch it again. Why not? Internet Invitational. Last year's golf was pretty good overall in the PGA, if you ask me. Fleetwood closes out his year in big fashion with winning the Tour Championship, becoming the FedEx Cup champion. Scotty Scheffler had another historic year for himself. He's building on a lot. Hopefully he gets his form back this year because it's been a little spotty since his win at the, what was that, Farmers? Let me pull up the results here of the previous. This is the American Express. All right, so let's just look. Sony Open. Who won that? Chris Gotterup. Great win for Chris Gotterup. American Express, Scotty Scheffler, 27 and won by 4. At that point, we're all thinking, yeah, he's just going to do it again, right? Then the Farmers come around, and Justin Rose played incredibly well. Won by 7 over Siwoo Kim and Hisatsune. Oh, and Pearson Coody. Which, like, you look at that name, Pearson Coody, a lot of young guys coming up. Then we get to what we'll call the first choke of the season. Hideki Matsuyama. I think he choked it away a little bit. He hit a terrible drive on 18, opened the door for Gotterup. Gotterup played really well. Gotterup has 2 wins this year. Is he a household name? Shout out to Tim Hunt. Household name Chris Gotterup. Household name Bud Cauley. I don't know. Waste Management was a great tournament, as always. Then we went to the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am with Colin Morikawa. That's a huge win for Colin. Huge win. He had a great Sunday, 5 under. A lot of guys went real low that day. You had Colin 5 under. You had Minwoo Lee 7 under. You had Fleetwood 6 under. Scotty, too much, too late. Too little, too late, whatever the saying is. 9 under on Sunday. Scotty's had this thing, man, where he's like, you know what, we won real easily a lot of times last year. We got to make it harder on ourselves. We're just going to act like we've never played golf before on Thursdays. So that way we give the field a head start. Scotty, you tested it. Doesn't work. Just go play. Play your game. Win these tournaments. Personally, I'd love to see somebody do an extended run like Tiger did, that goes on, which Scotty is doing. We're in year 5 now, essentially, of Scotty's ascent. And I hope he doesn't take the foot off the brake. That being said, all of us listening to this know golf is a fickle game. You think you figure it out, and then it humbles you right on the first tee of that next round right after you figured it out. You say, I'm on the range. I'm hitting these beautiful, beautiful 4-yard draws off the right. Oh, my goodness. They're soaring through the air. It's majestic. And you say, on that first tee, I'm going to just do what I did on the range. And all of a sudden, you take that first driver swing, and it's a push cut to the right 30 yards. It's a fickle game. Fickle game. Yeah, I hope Scotty reels it in. I really do. Big fan of Scotty. We need somebody dominant, I think, in golf to get a lot of people into it. All right, so Colin wins at AT&T. Big win. Big signature event win for him. And then we have the Genesis. Kurt Kitayama had a great Sunday, 7 under. Let's make it real interesting for Jacob Bridgman. Who's Jacob Bridgman? I got no idea. No clue. But he won the Genesis. Rory was in the mix there too. He had a great Sunday. Adam Scott, 8 under on Sunday to get within 2 shots. Jacob Bridgman shot +1, so almost a choke. But he played well for the first 3 days, well enough the first 3 days to not give it away. let me backtrack. Rory's been in the mix in all these tournaments we're talking about. Doesn't play the waste management, which I kind of get. I would love to see what that does for that tournament. Getting Rory there, he's no matter what you think about him, he's a big name. He draws crowds. He completed the career Grand Slam last year. Like it's Rory McIlroy. I'd like to see him out there. Anyways, back to the Genesis. Great tournament. Great golf course to play it at. The Riviera. Glad it was able to go back there. After being moved last year to Torrey. But you look at these names. Colin Morikawa tied for 7th. Cam Young. Cam Young might be in for another big win this year. Maybe he gets his first major. Scotty Scheffler 6 under on Sunday again. Then we go to the Cognizant, and I think this is where we have found our first big choke with Shane Lowry. I mean, the Bear Trap ate his lunch on Sunday. Ate his lunch. Shane's a likable guy. So it was pretty hard as I was watching it to watch him just push his tee balls twice in a row right into the water at the Bear Trap. That opened the door for Nico Echeverria, who I saw this on the Twitter and I Googled it. He's done some questionable things as an adult and in his life. I believe he was arrested for voyeurism at one point. How come that hasn't gotten any play? Does that type of behavior or urge go away? I used to work with at-risk youth who had some, we'll call it behavioral issues related to those types of things. I don't know how to word it on a podcast. I don't know if I'm off the Nico train. Let's just say that. I'm off the Nico train. Probably root against him. I'll probably root against him. He got his first, was that second win? Taylor Moore, 3 under on Sunday. Don't get me wrong, Nico played all right. He played well on Sunday, 5 under, but also stop taking pictures of women that don't want their pictures taken. Then we get to last week, the Arnold Palmer Invitational Playoff. I'm going to say something controversial here. 2 things maybe, depending who you ask. Yes, Tyler Bell, the second one's going to be controversial. I think Daniel Berger choked that away. I'm hearing reports otherwise. A lot of people say, Akshay won that, which I do believe. Akshay won. I don't think Berger choking away means somebody else can't win it. But didn't Daniel Berger have a 7-stroke lead at one point? And then he had a 6-stroke lead on Sunday going into the back 9. He probably played well. But you lost the tournament because you didn't play well enough, and you had 7 strokes on the field at one point. I'll call it a slow burn choke on Daniel Berger's part. I don't know if that's a thing. It is now. It is in this hotel room in Seattle, Washington. That's where I'm at. Drove by Chambers Bay, in Tacoma. Great place, by the way. Go play it. I just think Daniel Berger choked that away. He had what, a 5-stroke lead? 6-stroke lead after Thursday? Had the same Saturday? What are we doing? What are we doing? The second part. Akshay Bhatia is one of the best golfers in the world right now. He's young. He has been in the mix for the last, we'll call it 2 years in a lot of tournaments. Let's see, how many tour wins does he have now? He won the Arnold Palmer. So he made 5 birdies and an eagle on the back 9 at the Arnold Palmer. Let's go to his player profile. So he has 3 PGA Tour wins. Oh, yeah, that's right. 3 PGA Tour wins. All 3 have come in a playoff. Does he have the clutch gene? I don't know. What do you think? Akshay Bhatia. I'm a fan. Unlike Nico Echeverria, I don't think Akshay takes pictures of people who don't want pictures taken and all that good stuff. Whatever. Tyler Bell, friend of the podcast, he's not going to agree with that. He doesn't like Akshay for whatever reason. Tim Hunt, another friend of the pod, he's gonna agree with me. Akshay's played 6 tournaments this season, has 4 top 25s and 1 win. He plays the players. He plays TPC Sawgrass pretty well recently. Do you put a unit on him? Do you? I would. I probably will. I love the players. It's a great tournament. It's a big week. There are like 5 tournaments that get you remembered as a golfer winning that tournament. The 4 majors and the players. Siwoo Kim, 2017 Players Championship winner. They say it every time he tees it up. Siwoo Kim won the Players Championship. Justin Thomas, Players Championship. Luckily, Justin Thomas has a couple of majors, PGAs under his belt as well. Rory McIlroy, 2 times winner. Scotty Scheffler, 2-time winner. I mean, let's see. We're gonna go to the PGA Championship. We're gonna go back. So 2025, Rory, in the playoff that went to Monday. 24 was Scotty. 23 was Scotty. So back to back. 22, Cam Smith. Luckily, Cam Smith has an Open Championship as well, but he also has become irrelevant going to LIV. But people still are going to say that's Cam Smith, dude. He won the Players Championship. Here's a fun fact that I just was unaware of. The runner-up to the 2021-2022 Players Championship, do you know who it was? Anirban Lahiri. This is actually a very interesting leaderboard. Wow. Let's go through the top 10 of this, the year Cam Smith won. We got Cam Smith, Anirban Lahiri. So Cam Smith won at 13 under. Then it was Anirban at 12 under. Paul Casey, 11 under. Kevin Kisner, 10 under. Keegan Bradley, 9 under. HV3, Harold Varner, 8 under. Doug Gim, 8 under. Russell Knox, 8 under. Victor, 7 under. Sepp, 7 under. DJ, 7 under. Adam Hadwin, 7 under. That's tied for 9th and better. Where was everyone? Did I forget some? Oh, duh, COVID. It was right after, during, or pretty much during COVID, but that shouldn't have played a role. A lot of big names just didn't play that great. Rory, 3 under. Was 6 under on Sunday. JT, 3 under. John Rahm was +2. Scotty +2. Interesting. All right, let's see who won it before that. Oh, yeah, those JTs win, right? JT, Lee Westwood, Brian Harman, Bryson. Forgot about Bryson. Where you been, Bryson? And then Rory. So Rory won in 2018, 2019. 17-18 was Webb Simpson. I mean, this is what people remember when they bring up your name as a pro golfer. Like, and the golfers tell you every time they're being interviewed, yeah, I want to win the Players. I want to win. I want to win the Players. Why wouldn't you? Great golf course. My boy Teddy's out there, friend of the pod, former podcast host here, really. Love the guy to death. He's out there. I say, hey, Teddy, you going to the Players? He sends me a video of Jake Knapp just taking the smoothest driver swing you've ever seen during the practice run. He's there today. Need some water, guys. I'm in a hotel room and my water bottle's empty. So you're going to get a little bit of raspiness here. We're probably just going for 30 minutes. We got 5 minutes left. I brought a name up in the leaderboard a few times, Kevin Kisner. Does a great job. I believe he's NBC specific broadcasting. Does a great job. He was a phenomenal addition. A lot of golf knowledge. He's won tournaments. He's been in the mix a lot through his career, and it just makes sense that he like this is a natural progression for him. What I want to talk about, Foreplay brought him up. Barstool. He's part of Barstool. He's one of the first YouTube golf videos that really probably blew up was Foreplay playing against Kisner for it was during COVID at number 2 for fundraising, I believe it was. One of the first probably YouTube golf videos I watched in that format. Um, that's a huge get if you ask me for Foreplay, and then also Barstool. Kevin Kisner's is a guy's guy. There's no doubt about that. Incredibly knowledgeable. He knows exactly what he's talking about when it comes to what the pros are feeling on the 18th green of this tournament, and they got to make a putt to win or tie or what have you. So that's exciting. But I've listened to a few of the Foreplay podcasts. I travel a lot, I drive a lot, and he's really good on that too, man. I mean, it's a big get for Foreplay. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts on where that falls in your opinion. Big get. Kevin Kisner. Let's touch TGL here for a second. I've been kind of watching it. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. There were the final regular season matches with Jupiter versus. Wasn't New York, was it? Maybe it was. No. There's the Bay, New York. Whatever. Jupiter has been awful. They've been awful. Homa. Who is it? Homa, Tiger, Kisner. Who's the jolly Asian guy? Frick, what's his name? Tom Kim. Awful. Haven't done much. Can't make putts. Having Kisner and Homa, they were kind of going through it for a while, in their swings. They get into the second to last hole. They're down 1 point, 1 hole. And Tiger's like, we got to throw the hammer. We have to. It's a par 3. Tom Kim's up. This dude aces the penultimate hole. Aces it with the hammer. They take the lead by 1. I was watching it. It was an incredible moment for TGL. That place was packed. I mean, Tiger sells out this place himself, I'm sure. If Jupiter's there, people are going to be there. I haven't really paid attention in other matches what the crowd's like. I'd like to go and watch it in person. I'd like to go see it. Tickets can be a little pricey if you ask me. I looked at it last year. I didn't see anything this year, but I also wasn't in the area this year. Exciting stuff. Playoffs start soon for that, which makes sense as we get into major season. We have the Masters in a month. What happened? Where'd time go? A month? Are you serious right now? I'm gonna do some picks here. I'm gonna pick the Players Championship winner right now. It just makes sense in my head when I picture somebody on 18. I think he's gonna be in the final group. I think he's gonna be with Scotty Scheffler in the final group. And I think this win is gonna really catapult and keep his momentum going. Because he played in his first Masters, I believe it was 2 years ago, runner-up. He's won the Genesis. What else has he won? Let's see here. All right. If you're watching, I'm trying to find stats, field. So I'm going through PGA. How many wins does this guy have? He has 2 PGA Tour wins. 22, almost $23 million made. He's made 50 of 61 cuts. That's impressive. That's impressive. I just want to see a list of his wins. Can we just get that? I'm sorry this is taking so long. I'm only operating on one screen too, so I can't really share it, So There we go. Oh, he won the 2023 RSM and the 2025 Genesis Invitational. I'm going with Ludwig Aubert for the 2026 Players Champion. Okay. I think he's in the final pairing with Scotty Scheffler on Sunday. And I think it's gonna be an incredible Sunday for the tournament. I'll be watching it. My next picks. I'm gonna pick who's gonna win the Masters, who's gonna win the US Open, who's gonna win the PGA, who's gonna win the Open Championship. You ready? I got Rory going back to back at Augusta. Rory's going back to back. Then we got, what's next? Is the U.S. Open at Shinnecock? Is it going to be the year? Is it going to be the Grand Slammy? We're getting a back-to-back Grand Slams clinched. Is my main question, is Jordan Spieth going to win the U.S. Open at Shinnecock? What are those golfers on Instagram? Is it the Pointer Brothers? Maybe. Is that my pick? No, it's not. Scotty Scheffler is going to win the U.S. Open at Shinnecock in 2026. Then we got what? The PGA Championship? Where's that at? Aronimink. Who won there last? What's his name? Who won? PGA Championship, Aronimink results. Dude, I have awful typing. PGA Champion, Shishp. Funny. It's been there before, hasn't it? PGA Championship. Let's see. Accept cookies. Let's see. Historic PGA Championship sites. I am excited for when it goes back to Southern Hills because that's easy to get to, and I think I want to go to it when it's there. Quick drive to Oklahoma from Colorado. Is this where, did Rory win at Aronimink? No, he won at, he won at Quail Hollow, didn't he? All right, he hasn't been at Aronimink in a while, so never mind. Oh, wait, Jordan needs the PGA, not the U.S. Open. All right, we're going with, why not? Jordan Spieth at Aronimink. He's played well this year. He had a nice showing at Arnold Palmer. Hopefully he can get back into rhythm. Golf is better for us viewers if Jordan Spieth is playing well. I think that's pretty widely accepted. He brings a crowd. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with frickin' Jordan Spieth, PGA Championship. He gets the Grand Slam done. Oh, Scotty! If Scotty wins the U.S. Open, that's another. Do we see 2 Grand Slams get completed? Let's make the call. We're gonna call that right now. Then we got the old Open Championship, which is at excuse me, the Royal Birkdale. I don't know why I said the in England. Who won there last? Who was that? Open Championship historic results. This is the hard part about riding in a. Oh yeah, Spieth won there. That's right. Yeah. So historic wins by legends like Arnold Palmer, Tom Watson, and Jordan Spieth. Thank you, AI. Google AI. Yeah, 2017, Jordan Spieth won there. Johnny Miller won there in 76. Lee Trevino, AP. Yeah. I think a European's gonna win it. Don't you? Just makes sense. Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood. Matt Fitzpatrick. Maybe maybe a couple of home guys. Home games right there. What do you think? Tommy Fleetwood won the tour championship. Bobby Mack, maybe from Scotland. She probably played Birkdale a couple times if I had to guess. Off the cuff pick, we're going with Bobby Mack. Royal Birkdale, 2026 Open Championship winner. So we've got Ludwig winning the Players. Rory going back to back at the Masters. Scotty getting the Grand Slam at the U.S. Open in Shinnecock. Jordan Spieth getting the Grand Slam at Aronimink for the PGA Championship. And Bobby Mack getting his first major at Royal Birkdale. Guys, it's been a great 37 minutes. I appreciate you listening. I think we're back. This is Cam, Pitchmark Collective. We're available on Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, pretty much everywhere except for Amazon, mainly because I haven't tried getting this on Amazon. So appreciate you listening. We'll talk to you next time.